age where there are no convictions. Which brings us on to LIBOR. Now, LIBOR is quite an esoteric concept, but essentially it is a means by which banks set interest rates, or it is the interest rate at which they loan to each other, or are deemed to loan to each other. And it is fixed every morning at 11 o'clock in different currencies and for different maturities. So for cash, 3 months out, 6 months out, 1 year, 2 years, so on, out to 10 years. And this is set on a daily basis. And it is set by banks talking to each other. They don't actually say, I am borrowing at this rate. They say, if I were to borrow this morning, this is what it will cost me. So it is a subjective judgment. Now, there is a mathematical formula where the British Banking Association that oversees this actually discards the highest and lowest quartiles and averages out the mean. So in theory, to manipulate LIBOR would be very difficult. But what has come out over recent weeks and months is actually that there is wholesale fraud going on across the banking industry. So this is not one or two individuals reporting incorrect rates.
Don't tell us, tell them.
It is actually wholesale communication between traders agreeing to artificially overstate or understate rates. The ramifications of this are immense in terms of the amounts of money. And to give you just a couple of examples, if you reckon that there are 700 trillion worth of financial instruments that are traded on the basis of LIBOR, just a minor adjustment one way or the other of 1 or 2 basis points can allow someone who's dealing in billions to make a hell of a lot of money or avoid losing a hell of a lot of money, and that is what has happened. Also, because banks have been trying to convince the rest of the world that they're much stronger than they are financially, they've tended to understate LIBOR. In other words, they're reporting one rate, but they're actually borrowing at a higher rate because they don't trust each other. And the effect that that has is on everybody's pensions. So artificially, all those savers who are reliant on interest rates are being penalised by these artificially low rates. So there is no need for any new laws. There is no need for any new organisation. It is up to these guys within Scotland Yard to actually commence investigations and criminal proceedings in order to put those responsible behind bars. And this is not just those who are culpable, in other words, the executives on the floor. This has been going on for many, many years. This is not something new. And so there is inevitably culpability amongst senior management. In addition to senior management, there are regulators. The Bank of England is responsible for financial markets. The British Banking Association oversees the setting of LIBOR.
Sorry guys, I have a technical point. I've just been informed that the high-ups in their ivory tower up there would really like it if we took our tent down. So I've explained it's just a symbol. I mean, after all, if we were staying, we'd have brought a couple of hundred, right? But it needs to come down, so, like...
You fold it up because it's seen as obstruction. That's all right, I can speak louder. All you do is fold it up so that it's not visible.